Hi, Stuart Ball here, and we are going to be discussing blues bends in this lesson. Okay, so we're going to be working with the A minor pentatonic scale, and if you've checked out my lessons on the minor pentatonic scale, you're going to know the positions, and that's going to really help you to know where these bends appear. Okay, so the main blues bend actually appears on what's known as the minor third. The root of the scale, if we look at A minor pentatonic in the first position, is here. And if you checked out my theory lesson, you'll know that if you go 3 frets above the root, in this case, let's just take this root here, we get what is known as the minor third. That's what happens if we do it across 2 strings. Here's one. Now, I can't stress how important it is to know where the root notes lie in these scales. Okay, really, really super important. And the reason for that is, if you could say, for example, go to A minor pentatonic in the 3rd position, which would be here. If you can identify that the root, or one of the roots in this particular case, is here, then you're going to know that if you go a minor third above, you've got that minor third, and that's going to give you a great chance to play that bend. Same as if we were in the 2nd position, okay? If we know that the root is here, which it actually is the same one as we just did, but we're in 2nd position now, okay? The minor third is here on the next string, because that 3 fret gap, or that minor third, is this distance apart between these 2 strings. So anywhere that we are in a position, if we're in position 5, for example, and the root is there, we know if we go up 3 frets, we have the minor third if we're on the same string. Here in position 4, because of the difference between the G and the B string, that distance between the root and the minor third is only 1/2 step, or 1 fret, as opposed to between the B and high E string, where it's 2. So really, really important to know where those root notes are. And in other lessons, and we start to learn other scales and other concepts, you're going to really be pleased that you learnt where those root notes are. Okay, so what is a blues bend? Well, some people call it the microtonal bend, but it's basically not quite a semitone. It's somewhere in between a semitone or 1/2 step. So if we add a 1/2 step, a blues bend is kind of this. And the best way to think of it is, if you think of like a sort of Led Zeppelin tune, you go, ah, 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 where he just bends his voice slightly. It's kind of a very singing sort of sound. And it's different for different people, because some people might just do that. You can really stretch the sort of limits of this thing. You don't have to quite, you can go, maybe go a bit further. And what actually makes the bend work is the resolving of the bend, because you could be going, excuse me. It's that tension and release. Tension and release is a huge thing in music. See, I almost hit that third there. So you have to kind of experiment with it and just learn the sound, and then try and recreate the sound with your hand, and then sort of remember the muscle memory of how much. And then you can experiment with the speed. just cut it off. That's one real great way of doing it. Or like I say, quicker. And I was just mixing it in with other bends there, but that's the sound that you want to get. Now, what a lot of people don't tell you is these blues bends are used on all of the strings. Some blues players that you hear will basically, B.B. King being a classic example, will take this bend and they'll use it on everything. It's very subtle, but they'll be... And you'll hear that happen a lot. Now, you've got to be very careful with this because you can't start going... You know, if you go too far, you're going to be in some nasty, nasty territory there. But if you're just being very subtle with it... And there's a Steve Lukather lick that I learnt once that was something like... And you can see he's using a series of bends from getting from this note to that note. And that's just how he hears it. But that's just such a great thing to use when you're playing. Like with the root, you can't go crazy with the root because immediately you get into trouble, but you can do a little bit. And you can take more liberties if you resolve the note. Now, if you can, with the blues bend, you can just do this, no problem. It will sound fine. If you did that with the root, it wouldn't sound good, but if you resolved it, so have fun with that, get that sound in your head, use that blues bend, it's great for soloing and it just adds a spice that, you know, if you just kind of go, it doesn't really sound much, but you can just get a nice sound and it just adds some depth and expression to the lines.